dude. You can feel them hit it. All kinds of fish pad up right in here. Good spot right here. Kind of the maybe the next one. He took my decent caddis. Took the peepers. We'll get another one here. There's a bunch of them in here. Woohoo! Did you see that? What you're looking for on these things, I don't mind catching suckers and small fish because that puts you in tune with your sighter, which I think is really important to learn when you're doing this kind of fishing. Everybody wants to feel the fish, and I am finding that every single time that I attempt to just feel the fish, everybody wants a sensitive rod. Sensitive is okay, but you cannot put all the clout into the sensitivity of your rod, because you will find yourself very disappointed. As soon as I see that move, pause. Like that was a take by a small fish. That was another one. This is another small fish. Let's dive into the world of trout for a minute. I want you to think about this. Maybe you're coming from the stream, or you're headed to the stream after you've seen this or before you've seen this, or you've been there for a while. I want you to reflect back and think about the beauty and the goodness and the challenge of trout. And I want you to ask this really simple question. Do trout have to exist? I know that sounds weird. I know there's a lot of you going, of course they do. I can't survive without them. And maybe there's a case to be made there. But do they have to exist? Do you have to exist? Does our universe have to exist? Is there a sense that you, trout, or this universe, or me, my camera, or any of these things have a necessity to them? What I mean by that is that it seems like these things are in motion, right? And I don't necessarily mean like the current in a stream motion. What I mean is what St. Thomas Aquinas would refer to as potentiality to actuality. Let me break it down really simple, at least the best that I can. What Aquinas was trying to say, actuality was, from Aquinas, being. And what that means is that something exists. You have actuality. I have actuality. The camera I'm filming on has actuality, meaning it exists. By potentiality, what Aquinas meant was the ability to change or to be in motion towards actuality, or towards a teleos, towards a created purpose. So back to the trout and back to the universe, right? Does the universe have potentiality? Well, of course it does. You and I both have the potential to change, which means that we could go out of existence, or created, or come into existence. So if a thing possesses actuality, another way to put it is it's contingent. Something acted upon us in order for us to be created, and back the way we go, right? Back the road in reverse we go. The trout, something acted upon the trout in order for it to exist. Trout don't have in their being the power to exist necessarily on their own. And this sounds like a complicated thing, but it's something to be thought about. Because if you, the universe, or any of these things, including trout, do not have what Aquinas would call pure actuality, which means nothing reacted to bring you into existence, or nothing could bring you out of existence. Well, we know we don't have that, because we're going to go out of existence someday. Trout go out of existence. Trees go out of existence. In order for there to be something that comes into being that is contingent, there has to be two options. Either there's an infinite regress into the past of contingent things that only hold potentiality, or we come to a place to make sense of all of it to something that is not contingent, that is pure being itself. And what I mean by that is the classical definition of God, the necessary being who is eternal past, eternal future. He holds that quality, this being called God. Another way, or another addition to that definition, is the greatest conceivable being. God fits the definition of pure actuality. He fits the definition, as Aristotle may say, where something put these things into motion, something put us into potential. Now, I know that sounds crazy and confusing. I'd love to recommend a couple books to dig deeper on it, but it's really quite simple. Either you exist necessarily because of what you are, which would be pure actuality, which we are not, or we are contingent, meaning we could not come into existence, but we definitely will go out of existence. So there must be something beyond us that makes sense of the fact that you exist. Just something to think about. And in the Christian worldview, that's one step towards the understanding of origin as far as the worldview goes. Think about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if it is just complicated, that's okay. I'm willing to challenge you in your thinking, because I'm willing to challenge myself, and we always ought to do that. God bless. Talk to you soon. stockfish. Nice fish. Another one. Ooh, this is a good one. That's another rainbow, but it's still a good rainbow. Pretty stripe. A little bit of jump action. Pretty stripe. I'm going to say this all the time. You're going to see me play these fish by keeping that bow, that C, that bend, that bow in my rod. Back and forth. Just let that fish swim and jump. Rainbows are frisky, man. They're like the lunatic of the trout. Yeah, buddy. Fishing for the night. Thought my battery was dead, but I wanted to show this rainbow off, man. This is a heck of a nice rainbow. Look at that baby. One more for the day. Another super pretty rainbow, man. Big rainbow too.